Have you ever walked into a room and caught a whiff of something different? Maybe it was at your friend Betty's house, or perhaps you've noticed it when visiting your brother who just turned 70. Or maybe, and this might be hard to admit, you've caught yourself wondering if that unfamiliar scent is coming from you. I remember visiting my dear friend Martha last spring. We've known each other for over 40 years, and as I gave her our customary hug, I noticed something had changed. The familiar scent of her favorite rose perfume was there, but underneath was something else, something I couldn't quite place. That day, Martha confided in me. "I've been bathing twice a day," she whispered, eyes downcast. "I've changed soaps 3 times this month, but my daughter says she can still smell something different when she visits." Martha isn't alone. This change in body odor affects millions of seniors, yet almost no one talks about it openly. It's one of those secrets we keep, often feeling embarrassed or worried. But what if I told you there are scientific reasons behind these changes? What if this isn't something to be ashamed of, but rather a natural process we can understand and in many cases, manage effectively? Today I'm going to share 7 surprising reasons why our bodies might smell different after 60, and stay with me until the end, because the last reason might completely change how you think about aging. It certainly did for me. Reason 1: changing skin chemistry. Let's start with the foundation. Your skin isn't the same as it was at 30, 40, or even 50, and that's perfectly normal. As we age, our skin's chemistry undergoes a remarkable transformation. The natural oils your body produces, called sebum, change in both quantity and composition. These oils interact with bacteria on your skin to create your unique scent signature. Take Richard, a 68-year-old retired teacher who loves his morning walks. He noticed that despite showering every day, his t-shirts had a different smell than they used to. "I thought my laundry detergent had gone bad," he told me with a chuckle. "Turns out it was me all along." What's happening scientifically is fascinating. After 60, our sebaceous glands often produce less oil, but the composition of that oil contains different fatty acids than when we were younger. These fatty acids, when breaking down on the skin's surface, create different scent compounds. The solution is simpler than you might think. First, embrace fragrance-free, pH-balanced cleansers designed for mature skin. These work with your skin's natural chemistry rather than fighting against it. Second, apply moisturizer while your skin is still damp after bathing. This locks in hydration and helps maintain your skin's healthy barrier function. Many seniors find that switching to natural fiber clothing, cotton, linen, or bamboo, makes a noticeable difference too. These fabrics breathe better with your changing skin. Have you noticed these changes in your own skin? Or perhaps you found a wonderful product that works for you? Share your experience in the comments. We're all learning together. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Reason 2: medication side effects. Did you know that the medicine cabinet in your bathroom might be affecting how you smell? It's true, and it's something many doctors don't think to mention. Eleanor, my 74-year-old neighbor, had been taking a new heart medication for about 3 months when she noticed a strange, slightly metallic odor coming from her skin. "At first, I thought it was my new watch," she told me over tea. "But then my granddaughter asked why I smelled like pennies, and I knew something else was happening." Here's the science. Many medications, particularly those for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, and certain antidepressants, can change your body odor as they're processed through your system. As we age, we often take more medications, and our bodies metabolize them differently than when we were younger. These medications can release compounds through your sweat glands or even through your breath as your body processes them. Sometimes they can alter the bacteria living on your skin, creating new odor compounds that weren't there before. What can you do? First, never, and I mean never, stop taking prescribed medications without consulting your doctor. Instead, make a complete list of all medications you take, including over-the-counter drugs and supplements. At your next appointment, specifically ask your doctor if any of these could be affecting your body odor. Sometimes, a simple adjustment in dosage or switching to a different medication in the same class can make all the difference. In Eleanor's case, her doctor switched her to a different heart medication, and within 2 weeks the metallic smell was gone. Many seniors have also found that drinking more water helps flush these compounds through their system more efficiently. A good rule of thumb: drink enough water that your urine is light yellow or clear most of the day. Have any of your medications ever affected your body odor? Or do you have questions about specific medications? Type medication in the comments, and let's support each other through these conversations that are often difficult to have. Reason 3: hormonal shifts. The dance of hormones in our bodies doesn't stop when we hit 60. It just changes its rhythm. For both men and women, these hormonal shifts can significantly impact body odor. Doris, a vibrant 65-year-old who still teaches piano to neighborhood children, shared her experience during a community center lunch. Post-menopause, I noticed my perfume smelled different on me than it had for decades. The same fragrance I'd worn since my 40s suddenly seemed all wrong. What Doris experienced is backed by science. For women, the dramatic decrease in estrogen after menopause changes the chemical composition of sweat. Without estrogen's balancing effects, the relative proportion of male hormones, which we all have, becomes more prominent, often creating a more musky scent. For men, testosterone levels gradually decline with age, changing the composition of sweat and the way bacteria interact with it on the skin. This can create either a more subtle odor or, paradoxically, a stronger one, depending on individual body chemistry. These hormone-related changes are completely natural, but there are gentle ways to address them. First, consider updating your personal care products to match your new body chemistry. What worked in your 40s might not be the perfect match now. Many seniors find that natural deodorants containing ingredients like baking soda, activated charcoal, or essential oils work better with their changing body chemistry than the antiperspirants they used when younger. For women, some doctors might suggest very low-dose hormone therapy if other symptoms are also bothersome. For men, certain dietary changes, like increasing zinc-rich foods such as pumpkin seeds and legumes, may help maintain healthy hormone balance. Whatever approach you choose, remember that these changes are a normal part of your body's continuing story. They're not a sign of poor health or hygiene, just a sign that your body is entering a new chapter. Has your favorite perfume or cologne started to smell different on you? Or have you found new scents that work better with your changing body? Share your experience by typing hormones in the comments. Reason 4: dietary changes and digestion. You are what you eat isn't just an old saying. It's quite literally true when it comes to your body's scent. And as we age, what we eat and how we digest it can dramatically change our natural aroma. Frank, a 77-year-old former football coach with a booming laugh, noticed something odd after his doctor put him on a high-protein diet to help maintain muscle mass. My wife of 52 years started opening the windows more, he told me with his characteristic humor. She said, I smelled like I'd been eating boiled eggs all day even when I hadn't. The science here is fascinating. After 60, our digestive system undergoes several important changes. First, our digestive enzymes decrease, making it harder to break down certain foods completely. Second, our gut bacteria, the trillions of tiny helpers that digest our food, change in variety and number. When food isn't broken down completely, compounds like sulfur from eggs, garlic, onions, and cruciferous vegetables can be released through your pores as your body tries to eliminate them. Foods that never bothered you before might suddenly affect your body odor because your digestion has changed. Additionally, many seniors find themselves eating differently, perhaps more processed foods for convenience or special diets for health conditions like diabetes or heart disease. These dietary shifts can create new scent profiles that emerge through your skin. The good news? Simple adjustments can make a big difference. First, consider adding digestive enzymes available at most health food stores to help your body break down food more completely. Second, try incorporating fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, or sauerkraut to support healthy gut bacteria. Many seniors find that adding fresh herbs like parsley, cilantro, or mint to meals helps neutralize odors from within. These herbs contain compounds that bind to odor-causing molecules and help eliminate them. And staying hydrated is crucial. Water helps flush compounds through your system efficiently, rather than having them emerge through your skin. Frank's solution was simple. He balanced his high-protein diet with plenty of fresh vegetables and started taking a probiotic. Within weeks, his wife stopped opening the windows quite so often. Has your diet affected how you smell, or have you found certain foods that help you smell fresher? Type diet in the comments and share your experiences. Your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Reason 5. Changing sweat gland. Activity. Did you know we have 2 completely different types of sweat glands? And as we age, they don't retire at the same rate. Margaret, a 70-year-old former nurse who still volunteers at the hospital gift shop, noticed something strange during her weekly water aerobics class. I used to sweat buckets during exercise, she told me. Now I barely perspire at all during class, but later I notice an odor I never had when I was younger. What Margaret experienced reflects a fascinating biological change. We have eccrine sweat glands, which produce clear, watery sweat during exercise or heat, and apocrine sweat glands, which produce a thicker fluid containing proteins and lipids, particularly in response to stress or emotional situations. As we age, our eccrine glands become less active. That's why many seniors notice they don't sweat as much during exercise. However, our apocrine glands, concentrated in areas like the underarms and groin, often maintain their activity or change the composition of their secretions. This thicker apocrine sweat interacts with bacteria on the skin, creating stronger odor compounds. And with our skin's decreased oil production, these bacteria can change to varieties that produce different scents. The solution doesn't require expensive products. First, pay special attention to areas with apocrine glands when bathing. Using an antibacterial soap in these specific areas, not all over, can help manage odor-causing bacteria without drying out the rest of your skin. Second, wearing natural fibers that breathe well is even more important, as this sweat gland balance shifts. Cotton, linen, and modern moisture-wicking fabrics designed for seniors can make a world of difference. Many seniors also find that using a baking soda-based powder, not talc, helps absorb moisture in areas where apocrine glands are concentrated, reducing bacteria growth and odor. Margaret found her solution by switching to a special antibacterial soap just for her underarm area, while using a gentle, moisturizing cleanser for the rest of her body. It made all the difference, she says. Now I can enjoy my water aerobics without worrying afterward. Have you noticed changes in how much you sweat or where you sweat as you've gotten older? Share your experience by typing sweat changes in the comments. Reason 6. Kidney and liver function. Our bodies are amazing filtering systems, with the kidneys and liver working tirelessly to remove waste. But as we age, these incredible organs may work a little differently, and sometimes that can affect our natural scent. Harold, a 79-year-old retired accountant with a passion for gardening, noticed a slightly sweet, fruity smell on his breath despite meticulous dental care. "My wife actually thought I was sneaking candy," he laughed, "but I was worried enough to mention it to my doctor." Harold's doctor was glad he spoke up. While slight changes in body odor are normal with aging, certain distinct changes like a fruity breath odor or an ammonia-like smell can sometimes indicate that your kidneys or liver are working harder than they should. Here's the science. As we age, kidney function typically decreases by about 30 to 40% by age 80, even without disease. This is normal, but it means these organs may not filter waste products from the blood as efficiently as they once did. Similarly, liver function can decrease, changing how efficiently your body processes certain compounds. When these organs work less efficiently, some compounds that would normally be filtered out in urine may instead be released through your breath or sweat, creating new odors. This doesn't mean you should panic about normal, subtle changes in body odor, but if you notice dramatic changes, particularly a strong ammonia smell, a fruity breath odor, or a fish-like odor that doesn't respond to hygiene measures, it's worth mentioning to your doctor. For Harold, his doctor ran some tests and found his blood sugar was elevated. With some dietary changes and medication, both his blood sugar and the fruity odor improved. "If I hadn't mentioned it, who knows how long it would have taken to catch the problem," he says now. For most seniors, supporting kidney and liver health means staying well hydrated, limiting alcohol intake, being careful with medications, even over-the-counter ones like acetaminophen, and eating a diet rich in antioxidants from colorful fruits and vegetables. Many seniors also find that reducing sodium intake and avoiding processed foods helps their kidneys function at their best, which can reduce unusual body odors. Have you or someone you love experienced changes that might be related to kidney or liver function? Or do you have questions about what's normal versus what deserves medical attention? Type kidney in the comments, and let's support each other with information. If you are still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you are here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Reason 7, neuropathy and sensory changes. Now for the final reason, the one that changed how I think about aging, and might surprise you too. Sometimes the change isn't in how we smell, but in how we perceive smells. Arthur, an 82-year-old former English professor with a dry wit, became convinced that something in his house was creating a strange, musty odor. "I cleaned every corner, threw out food, even had the furnace inspected," he told me. "My children insisted they couldn't smell anything unusual when they visited." Arthur's experience reflects a fascinating aspect of aging that's rarely discussed. Our smell receptors, the very nerves that detect scents, change as we age. After 60, many people experience a condition called presbyosmia, which is essentially aging of smell perception. With presbyosmia, you might perceive odors differently than you used to, or you might have trouble identifying familiar smells. Some scents may seem stronger, some weaker, and some completely different than you remember. Additionally, the nerves that transmit these smell signals to the brain can undergo changes similar to neuropathy in other parts of the body. This can create phantom smells, odors that seem very real but don't actually come from your environment or your body. For some seniors, certain brain changes can also affect the emotional processing of smells, making previously pleasant odors seem unpleasant or concerning. What can be done? First, if you're concerned about an unusual odor that others can't detect, consider mentioning it to your doctor. It could be a normal sensory change, but it's worth checking. Many seniors find that retraining their sense of smell helps. This involves spending time each day mindfully smelling distinct scents like lemon, clove, or rose, and focusing on identifying them correctly. For Arthur, a neurologist confirmed his smell perception was changing and suggested smell training. "I felt relieved knowing there wasn't something wrong with my house or with me," he says. "Now I keep essential oils by my bedside and practice smelling them each morning." The most important takeaway? Sometimes what we perceive as a change in our body odor might actually be a change in how we perceive all odors. This knowledge can bring tremendous relief if you've been worrying or feeling embarrassed unnecessarily. Have you noticed changes in how you perceive smells as you've gotten older? Or have you ever experienced phantom smells? Type senses in the comments to share your experience. As we've explored these 7 surprising reasons behind changing body odor after 60, I hope you're feeling what I felt when I first learned about them, a sense of relief. What we often hide or feel embarrassed about is actually a normal, natural part of aging that many of us experience. From the changing chemistry of our skin to shifts in hormones, from medication effects to the way our senses perceive the world around us, these changes tell the story of a body that has lived, loved, and gathered wisdom through decades of experience. Remember Martha from the beginning of our video? After learning about these changes, she had an honest conversation with her doctor, adjusted some medications, and started using different personal care products. The biggest change, she told me recently, was in how I felt about myself. Without the shame, I could actually address the issue effectively. What about you? Which of these reasons resonated with your experience? Was there a particular insight that brought you comfort or a new understanding of your changing body? Please share in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue creating content that addresses the real, sometimes difficult topics that affect our lives after 60. And remember, these natural changes in your body are not something to hide. They're evidence of a life well lived, a body that has carried you through decades of experiences, and a journey that continues to unfold in new and sometimes surprising ways. Until next time, be kind to yourself. You've earned it.